Today we have info on flooding in Pakistan, a manatee chasing an alligator, National Cream-Filled Donut Day, and much more.
We have today's weather forecast with Lily Fowler and a sports update with Sawyer Hughes.
Today is Wednesday, September 14th, 2022.
We are live from Studio H12 in the Shroyer Broadcasting Center at Bradley Central High School, and you are watching Vox News Today.
Welcome back. I am Amber Filiaw.
And I'm Ian Nurden, and these are your top stories for today.
Mourners are camping out in London, waiting for their chance to see the Queen's coffin and pay their respects. Queen Elizabeth's coffin now rests inside Buckingham Palace before the next leg of her final journey begins. Wednesday, a procession will take her coffin from the palace to Westminster Hall. Members of the royal family, including King Charles, Prince William, and Prince Harry, will be walking in that procession. The Queen will lie in state at Westminster Hall starting Wednesday until her funeral on Monday at Westminster Abbey.
Former New Mexico Governor Bill Richardson was in Moscow this week holding meetings with Russian leadership. Richardson privately works on behalf of families of hostages and detainees. The details around the meetings were not immediately clear. However, the trip comes as the Biden administration works to free two Americans the State Department classifies as wrongfully detained, Brittany Rare and Paul Wallet.
A Florida man recently spotted a manatee chasing an alligator at a state park, and the entire event was captured on video. Both creatures appeared to be enjoying the plentiful sun in the calm waters of Central Florida. A representative said for the park it is common for alligators and manatees to coexist, especially when water temperatures are warmer during the spring and summer.
Forget sleeping in a tree, one intrepid raccoon in Pennsylvania decided to make itself at home by lounging in a woman's hammock.
One person was killed and 6 others were injured in a shooting in Chicago Tuesday evening. Police say it happened in Washington Park after a quarrel between two groups led to a shootout. Witnesses reported hearing nearly 30 rounds of gunfire. The shooting victims were transported to a hospital by ambulance. One is listed in fair to serious condition and the others in serious to critical condition. As of late Tuesday evening, police had no motive for the shooting and no one in custody.
Rhode Island Treasurer Seth is projected to win the Democratic nomination for the state's 2nd congressional district. He will face Republican Alan Fung in November. Magaziner was previously running for governor, but pivoted to run for Congress after Congressman Jim Langevin announced he would retire. Magaziner led the race in fundraising and enjoyed high name recognition in the state. He also racked up endorsements, including one from Langevin. President Biden won big in the 2nd district, and Langevin has represented it since 2001 without much competition. However, Republicans expect Fung to run a credible campaign.
The Justice Department is turning up the heat on former President Donald Trump. 2 of its investigations involve him. The Justice Department is taking major steps in 2 investigations into former President Donald Trump. Multiple sources familiar with the matter confirm it recently subpoenaed more than 30 of his associates. Among them are Trump's one-time political director, deputy chief of staff, and campaign manager. And the subpoenas go beyond the Capitol riot.
Monday night was television's biggest night, the 74th Primetime Emmy Awards. As usual, there were some expected winners, a few prizes, and more than one feel-good moment. David Daniel has our Emmys wrap-up. Actually, this year's Emmys were a bit more spread out, though there were some big winners, none bigger than The White Lotus, which led the way with 5 wins, including Outstanding Limited or Anthology Series.
And now let's check on our weather. Lily, what can you tell us?
It is sunny outside today, so stay tuned for what I have to say about the weather forecast right after this break.
That sounds awful. Seriously, awful. But a lot better than last week.
We weren't born to follow.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Doug Beerthaler, General Manager of Cleveland Ford, and together,
We are Cleveland Ford.
Welcome back. I'm Lily Fowler with your weather. Here is your weather at a glance for today. It is currently 56 degrees and a high of 81 and a low of 57 with precipitation of 2%. The wind will be at 2 miles per hour and the humidity will be 97% with a dew point of 55 degrees. Pressure will be 30 inches with a visibility of 7 miles and a UV index of 0. Now let's take a look at our national radar. There will be rain scattered in the southeast and some near the west. And here is your local radar. There will be clear skies all throughout the area. And now let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. It'll be sunny with a high of 81 and a low of 57. On Thursday, it'll be sunny with a high of 84 and a low of 58. On Friday, it'll be sunny with a high of 85 and a low of 59. On Saturday, it'll be mostly sunny with a high of 86 and a low of 59. On Sunday, it'll be mostly sunny with a high of 87 and a low of 60. On Monday, it'll be sunny with a high of 88 and a low of 62. On Tuesday, it'll be sunny with a high of 91 and a low of 63. That is all I have for your weather. Here's Sawyer with your sports report.
Today we have Mike runs out home run streak, ending, the latest MLB scores, and more right after this break.
You can be the greatest, you can be the best, you can be the king, come banging on your chest. You can beat the world, you can beat the war, you could touch a god, go banging on his door. You can throw your hands up, you can beat the clock, you can move a mountain, you can break rocks, you can be a master, don't wait for luck, dedicate yourself and you can find yourself. Stand in the Hall of Fame, and the world's gonna know your name.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland. I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Doug Vierthaler, General Manager of Cleveland Ford. And together,
We are Cleveland Ford.
At Whirlpool, we don't know how leaving the house less can make you need to eat more, or why the inside of the fridge is just so interesting. But we do know how to make appliances you can trust, day after day after day after day.
I was told the place I was looking for didn't exist.
A place that could refine my raw talents into something greater.
Where I could ask big questions about my faith, not settling for easy answers.
And I could risk what's comfortable in pursuit of my dream.
To join with others, find my voice, and change the world.
I was told that place didn't exist.
Then I found Lee.
At McDonald's, we're making changes every day to serve you better. It's what we're made of. And serving you better means fresh beef quarter-pounder burgers. Your burger, his burger, her burger. All cooked fresh, right when you order. Made from pure North American beef and just a pinch of salt and pepper. Because we think there's nothing better than a fresh beef quarter-pounder burger made for you, right when you order. And that's just one way we're showing you what we're made of.
Well, you're wrong.
I'm wrong. You're the one who misrepresented the facts.
Are you kidding?
Your proposal's ludicrous.
My proposal will go exactly the way I say it will.
My dead body.
I think somebody needs a timeout.
Oh, that's the power of one.
Civility. Pass it on.
One grain of sand can turn the tide.
Welcome back. I'm Sawyer Hughes with your sports. Angel star Mike Trout's streak of consecutive games hitting a home run ended at 7, one shy of the major league record as Los Angeles lost to the Cleveland Guardians on Tuesday. Trout went 0 for 3 with 3 routine fly balls and a walk. The three-time AL MVP was chasing the mark of 8 straight games with a home run, set by the Pirates' Dale Long in 1956 and matched by the Yankees' Don Mattingly in 1987 and the Mariners' Ken Griffey Jr. in 1993. After the game, Trout admitted that the record was on his mind in his final at-bat. Now let's take a look at the latest MLB scores. The Pirates beat the Reds 1-0, the Dodgers won against the Diamondbacks 4-0, and the Blue Jays beat the Rays 2-7 for a very good game. Sunday in the world of the NFL, current Defensive Player of the Year TJ Watt suffered a pectoral injury in a 23-20 overtime win over the Cincinnati Bengals on Sunday. Watt walked off injured in the fourth quarter, his left arm hanging limply at his side, casting serious doubt on when Pittsburgh might look so fearsome again. The Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin didn't provide any details involving the injury after the game, and the three-time All-Pro did not address reporters post-game. Down south in Atlanta, we got to watch the Atlanta Falcons weekly choke, this time in a more stunning fashion than usual against their bitter rivals. The New Orleans Saints, despite having a new head coach, lots of players coming off of injuries, and a 16-point deficit in the fourth quarter, the New Orleans Saints were completely unfazed. Will Lutz kicked a 51-yard field goal with 19 seconds remaining after James Winston guided a pair of lightning-quick touchdown drives, giving the Saints a 27-26 victory over the Atlanta Falcons and Dennis Allen's coaching debut. That is all I have for sports. Stay tuned for more news right after this break.
CRCC to me is a calling that God placed on my life to really step out in faith on something that I didn't think I could do, and it's been amazing to see how God's worked through it.
CRCC stands for Crossroads Community Church, but we're a church that our vision is to be a life-giving church in our community. We do that through helping people know God, find freedom, discover their purpose, and then go make a difference. And so that's what we're doing every week, is helping people discover their jam and go make a difference.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Cleveland Ford. I am Doug Vierthaler, General Manager of Cleveland Ford. And together,
we are Cleveland Ford.
Kindness. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
I am Cleveland Ford. I am Cleveland. I am Cleveland Ford.
I am Cleveland.
I am Doug Vierthaler, General Manager of Cleveland Ford. And together,
we are Cleveland Ford.
Welcome back. An adjunct professor at Middle Tennessee State University has filed a federal lawsuit against a state representative who blocked him on Facebook, court records show. The block came shortly after the professor called the lawmaker out for getting a Paycheck Protection Program loan. Dean Fox filed the suit in federal court against Representative Jeremy Faison for a social media encounter that occurred in September 2021. Saying it violated his First Amendment rights. Faison, a Republican, has represented District 11 in Cocke County since 2010.
When local school officials voted down a Tennessee charter school linked to Hillsdale College this summer, staffers at the state commission that would soon have to decide whether to let the controversial school open anyway reacted with a shock at how things unfolded. The text messages they exchanged, obtained through a records request by the Associated Press, showed the Close attention state staffers paid to the school board's resounding rejection in the wake of Hillsdale President Larry Arnn's disparaging comments about teachers. When no one showed up to make the case for the Hillsdale-affiliated charter school application, the alarm among those who would be left holding the bag was palpable.
The man accused of murdering Eliza Fletcher is facing charges in a different alleged kidnapping case. Cleotha Henderson appeared in a Shelby County courtroom Monday. DNA in the Fletcher case led to charges of aggravated rape, kidnapping, and unlawful possession of a weapon in a separate crime. According to court documents, prosecutors accused the 38-year-old of using force or coercion to sexually assault a female, an unnamed woman, back in 2021. Earlier this month, Henderson was charged with kidnapping and murdering Fletcher.
Jurors heard key witness testimony in 911 audio Tuesday in the murder trial of Mason Sisk in Alabama. Sisk was 14 when prosecutors say he killed his father, stepmother, and 3 young siblings in 2019. Jurors heard from a husband and wife who spent time with the family on a Florida vacation just before the murders. They testified the husband's pistol went missing during the trip. The husband said they knew someone in the house took the gun but didn't think it was Sisk. Prosecutors also played audio of the 911 call Sisk made after the killings, as well as graphic police body cam video from the crime scene.
A single-engine plane with 2 people on board crashed near the Chattanooga Metropolitan Airport on Jubilee Drive Tuesday at around 11:30 a.m. The plane was licensed to Joel Andrew Dobson, an Ottawa resident. According to the Chattanooga Fire Department, there was no fire and no serious injuries to the 2 people on the plane. The Chattanooga Fire Department says the crash was caused by a small fuel leak and it was mitigated and controlled.
According to the Polk County Sheriff's Office, a man died early Sunday morning from a dog attack. Rusty Burris was killed by a family's pit bull outside a home on Shallows Drive. Before the attack, the dog had been tied up, but it broke loose from its restraint shortly before the time of the attack. Exactly why the dog attacked the man is unknown. After the attack, the dog was euthanized.
Chattanooga funeral homes are offering condolences to the late Elizabeth Queen II. 4 funeral homes have a registered book where people can sign their names and leave words of comfort for the Queen's family. People across the globe are mourning Queen Elizabeth's death, and a Saudi Daisy man who has ties to England said he is mourning her death as well. Inside the Chattanooga Funeral Home, East Chapel is a registered book for the late Queen Elizabeth that is set out for people to sign. Each page is a tribute to Her Majesty. The books will be delivered to Buckingham Palace with the signatures.
The Collegedale Police Department says one of their K-9 officers helped catch an escaped felon. Police say Officer Goose and his handler, Officer Shell, attempted to stop a vehicle on Lee Highway for a traffic violation, but the driver sped away. It was Goose's first day on the job, having just started 2 hours before this incident. They called for backup, and the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office chased down James Falvo, who police say is an escaped felon from Georgia. Falvo was captured and is facing a number of charges, including felony evading.
Talk about polite. A bear in New Jersey has taught himself to close the front door he nudges open using the doorknob. The world's most mannerly black bear is being shown right now.
Close the door, you little stinker. There are a lot of little and big stinkers.
With manners like that, he can maybe teach Goldilocks a thing or two.
Jersey home, but only one of them does this.
Today is National Cream-Filled Donut Day, which recognizes one of America's favorite pastries. Cream-filled donuts come in so many varieties. If you aren't a fan of fillings in your pastries, consider trying some of the latest flavors. Not only have bakeries become creative with their fillings, but they've also branched out with their toppings too. Go out and enjoy a cream-filled donut or make some of your own. Of course, you can always take some to share at work or school. Sharing is caring. Use hashtag #CreamFilledDonutDay to post your experiences today on social media.
We are on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube.
You'll also find more online on our website, bchs.tv.
Please remind your friends to like, subscribe, and share on our YouTube channel, BCHS Bear Network.
Tune in each weekday for our newscast. You just can't get enough Vox.
That is all we have for you today from Studio H12 in the Sora Broadcasting Center at Bradley Central High School.
From all of us with Vox News, thank you for watching.
We hope you have a splendid day.
And as always,
God bless and go Bears.